Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tom and Luke stream. It is happening, everyone. I'm so excited. I'm your host today, Lindsay Jones. Very nice to meet you all. Thank you for stopping in. As always, we have a QR code on screen. You can scan that bad boy to check out the Kingdom Come collection on Streamily.com. But in the meantime, we're going to be answering questions here on this Q&A. Luke, Tom, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited. I've been loving the banter backstage, like as we're getting ready for this too. So I feel like we're on good vibes, guys. This is a good vibe for a Tuesday afternoon. Luke, if you don't mind, real quick, we'll start with you. Can you just say hi to the audience and kind of like let everybody know a little bit about yourself? I'm sure everyone who is here knows you and who you are, but just do an intro real quick.
For sure, yeah. This is I'm Luke Dale. I played Sir Hans Capon in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 and 2, and I also have this year just become more of a streamer. So actor to streamer trajectory has begun. Yeah, thanks for having me.
There you go. That is it's a gateway. I've tried to keep it G-rated. It's a gateway of sorts for many actors to become a streamer. So but that's awesome. Again, you guys are very familiar with the streaming world. Clearly, as we hop into here in the stream for you guys at your living room, this is us at our home, bringing the entertainment to you guys at your home. Hope we're making your evening here. Tom, let's make that evening even better. Please introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are, what you do, and why you're here right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tom McKay, and I'm an actor, and I play Henry of Skalitz in Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I've also, like Luke, followed his lead into streaming. I'm completely technologically inept, as many people who watch my streams know. My mods who are here tonight certainly will. But yes, I'm informed by some technologically brilliant people, two of whom I'm looking at right now, and I think we're all right. On which note, am I supposed to be pressing a button to accept something?
I've just knocked on your Twitch, dude, so you should have
How do I? Oh, accept.
Yeah, I love this.
So you all thought you were coming here to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance, and actually you're watching a basic man have a streaming tutorial.
We're learning about Twitch. It's fine. Listen. No, I love that. And again, that's the beauty of like Streamily as a whole and streaming in general. Is like we're human, guys. We have these like human moments. We have to be polished. We're here to hang out with you guys. We're very intimate. It's like hanging out with your best friends. Tom and Luke have come to chill in your basement and play video games, and I'm all for it.
I think a lot of the audience probably know this already, but Lindsay is an absolute pro. So backstage, Lindsay has helped us massively.
Yeah,
thanks. Y'all are so sweet. Do you see this good energy? Do you guys feel this here in the chat? Like, this is good vibes right now, okay? Like, I just met these guys maybe 20 minutes ago, and this is the energy that we have right now. I'll let everyone know, too, we're at 200 viewers on YouTube right now. We are at 500 cross platforms, so thank you all so much for watching. You're amazing. Tom, Luke, clearly you're very popular. I will have to ask, because you just started about streaming, you guys have clearly had a lot of experience with voice acting, going into character roles, and, like, prepping for a character performance. How have you worked with the transition from a character role to streaming, where it's like a lot of yourself but heightened? Like you're putting yourself out there. Luke, I'll start with you.
Yeah. Well, it was a real joy actually to stream a game that you're in. Like I tested the water with Red Dead Redemption 2 for a little while and tried a few things, and I found it a little bit difficult. And I was like, how do you keep all these plates spinning? How do you entertain people, read the chat, play the game and take it in? But actually, with it playing Kingdom Come, because I'm so used to that world, and also I was very comfortable in that world. It was a different ballgame. It was great training for me to become a streamer, and now I'm streaming other games, and I find it's like second nature now. But I've been going for like 10 months pretty consistently, and it's the most fun you can have. It's amazing.
I love it. You're almost on your streamiversary, right? 1 year. Okay, guys, stay tuned for Luke's streamiversary. That's right. You better be doing a push, some kind of sales push. Right? Listen, release some merch, something. Okay, noted. Tom, same with you. Like, can you talk about your transition? Like, how did you get into streaming?
I can. The reason I'm laughing is because.
Wait, what was that?
Oh no, we lost Tom. Oh no.
Can you...
We can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
The reason I'm laughing is because I'm trying to log into my Twitch as we go. And have
my goodness.
Correctly? I don't even know if I've done it right. Lindsay, can you tell me?
I am seeing everyone here on your Twitch. We got Luke and Tom's YouTube, so we should be fine. And the knock happened. Thank you very much, Luke. Yeah.
All right.
It did. Have we got shared chat then? Is that right?
Yeah, so you should see your chats. I'll also let everyone in, like in our chat, know I am, as your lovely host today, I consolidate all of the comments from across platforms. So we have Luke's Twitch going on right now, his YouTube channel. We have Tom's Twitch as well. Everyone who is chatting and commenting here on our Streamily YouTube channel chat, I will be able to see it. I can post some comments on stage here, so that's where you can ask your questions. Like right here, let's see. We got a what's up from a friend right here. A little like very, very silly faces right now. So if you have any questions, please pop them on screen. But I do have pre-curated questions like this one. Tom, you can't avoid the question. Tell me how you got into streaming.
No, absolutely. I want to answer the question. The reason I was laughing so much is because it's I'm sort of answering your question in like real time. Because
yes.
My comfort zone, being somebody else, right? But if
oh, no, Tom.
I was gonna say, Tom, we are losing you. Yeah, you're popping it out a little bit. There we go. Take two, my friend. Take two. It's okay.
Is that better?
We're good. Oh yeah, we're good. Now we are. Try it again.
So hilariously, I'm illustrating the point as I'm being not heard, because acting, camera being on stage is absolutely my wheelhouse. I'm really comfortable acting and being another character. But the idea of streaming, like if I had heard us having this chat, I would have been like, what is happening? Because obviously you're being a sort of heightened, slightly performative version of yourself, obviously. But it is, I would have thought I would have been incredibly uncomfortable and I wouldn't have wanted to do it. So it's really quite far out of my comfort zone, partly because of my technical inabilities, which I'm displaying beautifully here tonight, but also just the idea of like, as an actor, you get to basically hide behind the character and the script. So I would have thought I would have found it incredibly uncomfortable. And to my amazement, I really enjoy it. Actually, that side of it that I was quite afraid of, I actually find one of the single most enjoyable things. And I think the reason for that is that chat is very interactive. So in my case, chat basically tell me how to play the game because I don't know what happened. And that's sort of the gag, but I actually need it. I really love it, but I honestly, it's sort of blowing my mind that I'm doing it at all because it's just so not my comfort zone.
No, I love that though. You guys stretch your comfort zone a little bit. And as a streamer also, like I love backseat gaming. I'm with you, Tom. I'm like, please tell me how to play the game. I'm going to be lost otherwise. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'll figure it out.
Often people in chat are like, stop telling him what to do. And I'm like, no, absolutely tell me what to do. That is what I'm here for. Like,
oh, we're so similar. I love this. This is great. Goodness. Well, on that note too, that was the next question that I had. I had a lot of these from like X, Instagram. Again, I'm curating questions from all over the internet. Everyone's so excited to see you guys. Thank you so much again for joining us here on Streamily. But they were asking, like, what are some of the best fan interactions that you guys have had, whether it be on stream or off, like at a convention, etc. So, Luke, I'll start with you.
Oh God, I mean, being an actor that then streams the game has led to some pretty wild interactions. The ones that I really remember are the ones where I've been IRL streaming actually, because we do a lot of meeting our fans. We go to conventions and they very graciously show up and support us, and it's wonderful. But there's times when I've been on stream and I've had either a videographer or I've got like a camera on my shoulder and people show up, and I've had that happen in Kyoto, Japan, Australia, like all over the world. And it's just so insane to me because I'm like, surely in this area of the world, there's no one's going to know who I am. And like people do show up. And so I once did a stream in Prague, obviously where the game is made. And I think in one day I had like 35 people joined the stream and showed up, and I signed things for them, and it was absolutely wild. But it's always such a lovely interaction, and people are so respectful and kind, and yeah, it's great.
I was gonna say, you have a very kind fan base. Like even with me curating questions, like everyone has been so polite, so charming, so like appreciative that you guys have created this universe, not only in your voice acting aspect, but in streaming. They're like, I have a community here that I can hang on to with Tom and Luke. So like, again, just thank you guys so much. This is all the good vibes. And I love it for that. Tom, I have to ask the same thing. What are your best experiences that you've had with fans?
Well, you just used the word community, and I think that in the most literal sense of that word, we have like, it's such a amazing community, like being like a group of people that are brought together. And I think so. There have been any number of interactions online, in person, where I've realized how much the game has brought people together. So, for example, at conventions, people would come up to the table in groups, sometimes two, sometimes bigger groups. And I assumed that they'd known each other for ages. And I realized over time that a lot of them have either just met that day in person, obviously mostly they've met online. And that's like a metaphor for what happens online. So the speed at which it has burnt these very deep-rooted friendships created these very deep-rooted friendships is I didn't know that was a thing. Like it's in TV and theatre where most of my work is. I guess that happens, but you don't see it, and you certainly don't see it in real time, and you don't see it in person, kind of up close and personal. So that has blown my mind, and it's a beautiful thing that like you see these friendships form, and it almost it way transcends like us in the game. Even it's like they just become their own thing, and that's essentially what the community is. And yeah, we are blessed with an incredibly energetic, gorgeous, positive, supportive fan base, and I'm learning that isn't always the case. So we're very lucky.
I was gonna say, listen, we're not bringing the energy down here, but like I will say from the experience that I've had, you guys have an amazing fan base. Like everyone again is so positive and wonderful. So you should own that and love that. So again, thank you guys so much for hopping in a chat too. I'll let you guys know, Tom and Luke, real quick. We are at 600 viewers cross-platform. And so once again, just like speaking on your community and how passionate they are, like that is amazing. Now, we had a technical question too that I saw on YouTube, but it's also been asked on Instagram and X as well. They were saying, so when you approach like voice acting roles, like what is the process that you get into, the headspace you have for approaching any voice acting characters that you work with? Luke, I'll start with you again.
Well, it completely depends on the project, really. I mean, with Kingdom Come, it's about being ready for anything if you're in the voiceover booth, because you are not prepared for what's coming at you. It's not like they send you the script beforehand. You have to stay open and nimble and understand your character very well. So there's a lot of preparation you can do on your character. That kind of even goes for motion capture, performance capture, because we only get your scripts a little bit in advance, maybe a few days. So it's not as if there's any luxury here like I would like there to be. I'd love it if you could spend weeks or months working on your script and honing it. So it's really about staying responsive and having like a good sense of the backstory and the character deep down, so that you can then play. Bit like I feel like I just started playing D&D, and I feel like it's quite similar actually, in that you feel, as long as you feel grounded and rooted in the character and the world that you're in, then you can play. And it's a very similar aspect to it, I think.
No, I love that. And Tom and Luke have learned very quickly that I'm a mega nerd. So you said D&D. I was like, oh, hang on. I have to sideline with you. So show me your specs. Let me know how many D and the nat 20s you got. I gotta know. Tom, same for you. How do you approach like a voice acting role? What's your character process?
Well, right at the beginning, it's exactly the same. I started playing this like nearly 10 years ago. You have, like Luke said, you don't have a full script, but you definitely have a certain amount of information from which you build. But Luke's point is a really good one about the voiceover script, because unlike TV and theatre, we have spent so much more time with these characters, so they were able to then just sight read essentially, because the character you almost get for free. Like this character, I spent longer with than any other character I played, and so he's so in my bones that I would have big chunks of time away from Prague, and then I'd go and do like 5-day chunks, and sometimes I'm not anything 2 or 3 months, and then I'd go sometimes for like 4 or 5 weeks at a time to just whack stuff out. And whenever there were those big hiatuses, I was never like, oh, how does he talk again? How does he feel? It was like, particularly with the second game, he was immediately there in my bones, and he kind of always will be, I think. So in terms of like finding the character once the baseline is set, which was done, like I say, maybe 10 years ago, that's actually really easy, and that facilitates the ability to then sit and sight read for 8 hours away. So in that respect, it is quite a different skill. Luke's right that you go, there's not a finite beast that you can read from beginning to end and know that is the total arc of the story, especially because it can become any number of different things and do any number of different things. So it's not by any means story, even though it's a kind of it is finite for the player. From an acting perspective, it never is, because there's always like different branches of possibility.
No, I love that. That's like the creative process of acting too. Like the characters evolve with you, clearly. And again, like you guys have had this prolific history with both of your characters. So, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Tom. I love that too. It's like they grow with you as well. On that note, I had one question I have to ask you guys too. With your characters in Kingdom Come, was there anything that like gravitated you toward them, or went, oh, that's me? Like I can lock into this character because I have these similar traits. Once again, Luke, I'll start with you.
Oh, goodness. I think for me, it's always been his sense of fun and joy. Like he really, really values the fun of life. he has a real zest for life, and I think I do too. And I really enjoy, a drink and hanging out with friends and just being silly. And Hans definitely values those those life principles. So those were my anchor. Really, was like his main preoccupation is to try and have fun. He's a young guy. He feels like the life and the world has a lot to offer, and so he goes out. I mean, his motto is "Audentis Fortuna Juvat," fortune favors the brave. He's a larger than life kind of person, So that's what always grounded me in him.
I love it. I love it. Once again, Tom, I have to ask you the same thing. Tell me, how do you connect with your character on a personal level?
So the answer is twofold. Can you hear me? I feel like my mic's making funny noises.
You're good. You're popping. You were popping in and out earlier, but yeah, just bring it closer to your mouth, and it should be fine. This is, again, the beauty of streaming. This is not polished. We are here we are human beings. It's okay.
I can do polished acting. I can't do polished streaming on the phone. No, in terms of like the character, it is a twofold answer because you go there are some core elements that are consistent all the way through, and that side of him is. I suppose, not to be really self-aggrandizing, but they're, like a Shakespearean role or whatever that has been played by lots of people over a long time, that inevitably there will always be bits of you that you that. But and I would say in terms of Henry, like I wasn't particularly interested in playing a sort of like all fighting, all shouting, like rah lad. It's like he has that side to him, absolutely, but it's really boring if that's all you're playing. Like no one really wants to play or see or watch that. I certainly do not. So I think there's a sort of goofiness and definitely a level of empathy that is written fully into the character, which is within my comfort zone, definitely, which I really enjoy bringing to him. So a sort of a kind of emotionality, if you like, and which is not very in keeping with the like lads. So he can be terrifying and strong and reckless if he wants to be. But that's what brings me to the second part of the answer, which is that you go. So that's core Henry, but then particularly with the second game, he kind of becomes whoever you want him to be. And so obviously then in the performance element, I had to play all of it, and then it's in the hand of the player. So in terms of like me, I'm sort of out the window at that point. You go, now I'm being directed by the player, and you go, all the choices that you're making, I have to follow you. So he can be incredibly vengeful and reckless and a bit unhinged, or he can be incredibly stoic and upright and maintain that sort of moral rectitude, and everything in between. And then your job is to just play really. Who I am in that picture is kind of irrelevant, actually.
I love it though, but that's like, again, like we talk about the joy of voice acting, but that's also like video game voice acting, for anyone who's not familiar, is such a different beast. And mad respect having done that for you guys, like doing efforts, all the different character combinations or like choices that a player can make while they're in and with your character. Like that's very difficult to navigate that. Not only do you have your own narrative roles you have to try and like figure out, but you have to go, okay, what if my character did this? What if I did that? What if I did this? It's like a choose your own adventure kind of aspect, which is great. I do have to ask, because you guys stream too, and we had this question also. Can you guys tell me some of your favorite video games or what you're playing right now? Tom, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to start with you.
Well, so my answers are all really old school because I'm really old for a start, and I did used to game a lot when I was younger, and I haven't gamed at all. The only game I'm playing at the minute is a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I think, which is so slightly biased. I think that's a very excellent game. I will say this is a really stacked year, so there's some amazing games out there and lots that I do want to play. But in terms of the games that I used to play, I don't know if I think you're way too young, and probably everyone in chat is way too young. But I used to have a Commodore 64, so games like California Games, Samurai Warrior, and then I had a Mega Drive, so like Mortal Kombat and Sonic, obviously. Those were the games that I was playing in my sort of teenage years, but sadly for me, we're now talking about 30 years ago. So my recent knowledge is essentially non-existent, I'm afraid.
Tom, we were raised in a very similar environment, okay? Like, never forget. I was here for Mortal Kombat. I was here for Sonic. Let's go.
And yes. Game Boy. I did have a Game Boy. I was obsessed with my Game Boy. So I used to play like Mario and Tetris and all the stuff that you basically got for free with a Game Boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. No, I love it. And I love hearing about like the origin stories of gamers, fellow gamers as well, too.
I used to carry my Game Boy, right? You were allowed to take them into school, amazingly. And I used to have it in this little square satchel thing. And I thought I was the coolest kid in town. I was like, I've got my Game Boy. There's only 2 games in there, but no one needs to know that.
I'll confirm for you right now, Tom. You thought you were the coolest kid. Like,
I was.
You should own that. That's amazing. Oh my God. The 90s kid in me is so jealous right now. Luke, I got to ask the same thing too. What games are you playing, or what are your favorites?
I was looking for my list. I have like a list of old games I used to love, but I recently just finished playing through The Last of Us, which the original remastered, and I was saving that for a point where I was like, right, once I've finished KCD2, that's going to be the big one, and I was really not disappointed. It was like the best. It was the best playthrough. I had so much fun. I can completely see why that game is like one of the all-time greats. It's so amazing. I'm currently also playing Detroit Being Human. This is an unbelievable game. Like the amount of choice and how those choices, like you think you've got a lot of choice in KCD2, and you do, but this is like next level. This is the choice game, right? It's like the best choice-based game ever. And yeah, it's been insane. But back in the day, I think it was things like Gears of War, Halo. I loved Abe's Odyssey, going really far back. God, there's so many. But yeah, no.
You're speaking of my childhood. You said Abe's Odyssey. I was like, oh no, hang on. I spent an unholy amount of hours playing that game in my older brother's basement. So yeah,
Okay.
I was like, as you do. No, I love that. Now going back to the voice acting aspect, because I do like to have a little differentiation between like serious questions for technical aspects, especially people who are getting into the voice acting aspect. They were asking, we already went over your process for approaching a character. Now, what characters would you want to play, or like what were your inspirations for voice acting before you even got into the Kingdom Come atmosphere, like before you got into that ecosystem? Luke, or actually Tom, sorry Luke, I've been going to you first a lot. Tom, it's your turn. Go Tom.
Do you mean in terms of the types of characters that we'd like?
Yeah, any types or like any like prolific roles that you would like to play?
So for me, the more complex, the better. So I think like I've had a bit of a line recently. Pretty much every TV job I've done in the last 5 or 6 years, spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't watched any of this stuff, is like he is somebody who appears as one thing and then turns out to be something very, very different. And in most cases, that is like something very dark. And like, and I really like to play those kind of roles. So I think somebody who is like multi-layered, and is, you peel each level of layer of the onion off and there's something different. And in some cases, different. That to me is always much more interesting. And actually, Henry's an interesting case in point, because he presents as something very neutral and sort of like everyman-esque, because he has to be people to play him. But obviously in the second game particularly, you get to unpick all the layers you want and discover whoever you want underneath. So he's much more fulfilling in an acting respect than you might imagine. But in terms of like known roles, I really want to play Macbeth. That's like, and I think he's kind of in that wheel. He starts out as a like relatively honourable man, and then he turns into an absolute a lunatic.
Hey, whoa, this is a Streamily stream. Hang on, no.
He turns into a lunatic. He turns into a flipping lunatic, and then so yeah. For me, like the older I get, the kind of deeper the roots of your experience go, the more excited I am about playing people who are more and more complex, and who isn't. Everybody is complex and nuanced, but I have appetite for that level of complexity, I suppose.
No, I love that. And also on that note too, you mentioned Macbeth. I will be honest, Tom, I was not expecting that answer at all. As a fellow thespian, that speaks to my heart. I love this. I also had a comment in chat, and I'll bring this up real quick, which might cover you a little bit, but here it says, congrats on the BAFTA nomination, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Like,
I probably know as much as you do, which is that they released it. It's a long list nomination, so it's a it's not a short list, but it's still a massive honour to be on that list. And yeah, they came out this afternoon. I got a message from someone telling me that happened, and I was really flattered and really honoured. So yeah, thank you very much for saying that. And it's a real honour. Of course it is.
That's right. Snaps for Tom, everyone, please. I need all the applause emojis in chat. Like, that is so phenomenal. You should be damn proud of yourself, and it seems like you are. Congrats. Of course. Luke, I have to ask you the same thing, please. What characters would you like to play, or like what voice acting inspiration do you have, like character-wise? Like what do you like?
Well, the stuff I kind of love to go into now as like an older man is I'd love to play like a real baddie. I've never had the chance to play someone that's truly like a really bad person, because I just think I think every actor wants that challenge to kind of like, challenge yourself to see where you can go. And I've always thought about how what Bryan Cranston did with Walter White, and how I still found myself, rooting for this guy, and that turning point of when do you stop rooting for him? What is that? How can I let him get away with this? But yeah, that would be a really interesting challenge for an actor, and something I would love to do. And then who I'm inspired by, I was a big theater boy when I was younger. I don't do it anymore, but My heroes were people like Mark Rylance and Mike Alfreds, and like these sort of niche but theater people, both directors and actors, and I was always obsessed with that world, and I was lucky enough to sit down with many of like the great like theater legends when I made a documentary about theater, and it was just an absolute joy to sit down with them and learn from them. And yeah, so those are the people that really kind of inspired me when I was coming up.
I love that. Also, again, fellow thespians, I'm in good hands. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I was going to ask if you guys did musical theater, but it seems like you guys are more straight plays, right? Do you guys sing, either of you?
I do, yeah. I actually trained in musical theater, and mainly the plays that I did, the productions I did when I left drama school were musicals, actually. Yeah.
Can you speak on that a little bit? Is it okay? There you go, Tom. Yeah, please.
No,
Please.
so the training, Luke and I went to different drama schools, but there's 4 or 5 drama schools in London that have quite similar training, and a big part of that training is singing. So even if it's not your natural habitat, you are encouraged, you're kind of compelled, in fact, to do it. And I love singing. I couldn't say I'm like West End musical theatre standard, because that is an incredibly high standard. But I've done plays with songs rather than musicals, so and it may sound like there isn't a difference, but there is. So I've had to like sing on stage, but not in a capacity of like, you know, some enormous musical where you're expected to be at that level, because that is a different skill. That's sort of Olympian level, and it would you know, you have to be pretty high end to be punching at that weight in terms of your vocal ability.
Yeah, I can agree with you there, Tom, too. But also on that note, like that, I love the training you guys talked about, because that makes you like a well-rounded actor, and you can bring that to any level of acting or any like genre of acting that you have. Again, we go back to voice acting. I'm like, that will apply. You want to take acting lessons. You want to make sure that you understand the character. Like, you need that background. So again, props to you guys. That's amazing.
And it really stands to you. Like, I think I left drama school like 25 years ago, and the toolkit that I walked away with, and I was really young when I went. I was like the youngest in my year, and I was very green, but I absolutely still use a pretty big percentage of that toolkit now, consciously or otherwise. Often I'm doing it without even knowing it. So, yeah.
No, I love that. I love that. Well, on that note too, you talked about your background and like how you got into acting, what kind of like different areas of acting you've explored. Now, I had a couple people asking like, what would your ideal future be for either acting or screenwriting, directing? Are you guys interested in any of that, or have you worked in that before? Tom, I'll start with you.
So I do write as well. I love writing. I have a real appetite to write. I don't have an appetite to direct. I don't know why. It's not something that's ever massively appealed to me. I think you need quite a sort of orchestral overview in terms of your view to direct, and I'm also not a particularly visual person. I'm very verbal, so like that overview lends itself to writing, but not to directing at all. In terms of acting, I will never tire of like the challenge of acting. Like, I think there's always actors and amazing projects and amazing directors and writers that you want to work with. And so the day that I get bored of acting is the day that I have had enough of life, because it should be endlessly compelling and exciting, and for me it certainly is. Things like getting an email for an audition and who's attached, what is it, reading the script. Like, I still absolutely love that feeling of that curiosity of what is it going to be. And I think I've just got much better over time at managing the sort of, and the kind of, you know, it can send you absolutely crazy because it is a sort of insane way to make a living. But I've got much better at managing the crazy bit, but I'm still just like a little boy inside when it comes to the actual creative element, which I think is the right way around, you know.
No, absolutely. I love that too. Like, you keep the childlike wonder as you perform, and that's the beauty of acting as well. Like, I'm with you, Tom.
Yeah, if you don't have that, you should give it up. It's like, you know, you have to hold on to that and manage the fact that it is mad, and it is really difficult, and it is, you know, it can absolutely grind people down, and it does for very good reason. And so it's sort of managing the logistical madness, but also not becoming jaded and not letting that little childlike wonder be quenched, because if it is, really it's time to give it up, you know. Like,
right. Well, I will say, like, Tom, in the short time I've known you, you still have that wonder. You're still clearly very like energetic. You're good.
Certainly, my technological skills lend themselves to an 8-year-old.
Hush! Oh my goodness, Tom and Luke. No, I'm the nerd, the resident nerd here. So I'll help you out.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
amazing. Tom. I got you.
Thank
you. Stop.
Come and run my life. That's all right.
Yeah, you're very sweet. Thank you, Luke. I will ask you the same thing. Do you direct? Do you do any screenwriting?
I do. I don't write as much as I'd like to, but I was what they call a PD for a long time, so a producer director that sort of self shoots a lot of the time. So I trained as a videographer / cinematographer for a long time, and then started directing in my later 20s. and directed a lot of like shorts and music videos, and I tried to get a feature going for quite a long time, but it didn't pan out because of funding issues and things like that, which is always the case. But no, I mean, directing for me is where I'm very much at home. I what I like about it is the camaraderie on set, and actually make it like you're really a facilitator. You're allowing everybody to do their job well, and that's what I really like about it. It's like you're creating and engendering a very nice vibe on a set, and people feel that they can get on with their individual job. I used to think of it as like, oh God, directing must be such an overwhelming feeling, but it's actually not, because that's like assuming that you do everything, and you don't. You just allow everyone to do their job. So that's what I really love about it, and I do want to do more of it. But right now, I know a lot of people keep asking me, actually, what's next, or what do you want to do next? And I'm like, I'm just enjoying streaming. Like, I really am just enjoying this time. And for a long time, I used to think about what was next and what plans were and stuff. And now I'm just like, no, this is great. This is really fun. I'm enjoying this. Like, so yeah.
No, I love that. That's like, I mean, where else would you want to be right now? You're like, hey, I'm good. I'm living my best life. That's great. Especially going into 2026, living your best life, Luke. I love that for you. That's amazing. I will say, guys, we have hit the end of our stream time with you. It's been amazing real quick. But before we go, Tom and Luke, can you guys tell everyone where they can find you? What kind of projects you have coming up? Tom, we'll start with you.
I've got 2 TV shows for Channel 4. But I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about either of them. So
oh no, NDA.
They're both in Channel 4. I can say that, and one will be out most likely in February, and one will be out in April. So I will like post more information about what those TV shows are when they come out. But they haven't been. They've been like partially announced, but I don't want to by saying too much. So that's it. And then, you know, my writing stuff just rolls on its own. And, you know, the streaming, like Luke, I'm sort of really, really enjoying that. And what's lovely about that is it's sort of
oh no, Tom.
Oh no, we lost you, Tom. Yeah, he made it so far. There we go. We're back. We're back.
So I was just saying about the streaming, that what's lovely about it is you have control over it, but also like there's a sort of rhythm to it. So I only stream once a week just because of work stuff and various things. But like, Lee was saying, it's sort of become a very unexpected but a really pleasant and welcome and lovely like addition to our lives. But I don't know about you, Lou, but if we'd heard us talking like this last year, I certainly would have been like, what are you talking about? As if I'd become like an astronaut or something. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. You know? So
I love that new skill set. And again, you guys are leveling up also all across the board. Luke, I will ask the same thing. Where can people find you? What projects do you have coming up that we can look into?
Well, there is an announcement coming about something nothing to do with gaming or the stream or acting at all, really. It's a completely new venture that is coming up very soon. So I would just say look out for that. But aside from that, just... Are
you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Stop.
No, I'm not.
No.
But he's right.
Stop.
He's right.
No,
he's right. Listen
stop.
to this man. Our lips are sealed. Well, apparently they're not.
It might involve a certain Tom McKay. It might.
Or it might.
Spoilers. Oh no.
So stay tuned is all I'm trying to say. But other than that, no, just please, thank you so much for anyone that's tuned into the streams. I will be continuing to do that virtually every day. And I'm having a blast. I'm gonna cosplay as the Grinch on the 18th. So
that's amazing. Stop. Can we get a photo, please? I need a new print in your store, Luke. If that's okay, yeah.
I'll try. Yeah, absolutely. There'll be many gifts.
Oh, perfect. I love that. Goodness. Also, by the way, you talked about gaming a second ago. Congratulations so much, guys, on the Game of the Year nomination. That's phenomenal. Hell yeah. For anyone in chat who's not familiar, you guys should go vote for them. They are killing it. Again, Tom and Luke are just like in all different areas of the gaming world. Like they are here, they are ready, they are going to level up in 2026. I'm so excited for them. On that note, again, thank you guys so much for stopping by a Streamily stream. We have the Kingdom Come collection in the Streamily store. If you scan the QR code on screen, you can go ahead and check that guy out. We have new prints. Tom and Luke gave your new prints. Can you talk a little bit about those? I saw them in store. Like it's your streaming like persona, right?
Yeah, but they're a bit more play. We had a chat, didn't we, Luke? And we talked about putting up stuff that was a bit more playful. So they're a bit more playful. And then we've both got a couple more shots of individual shots where we're very serious. And then we've got some joint shots where we are not very serious, so they're probably more fun.
I love that. So we have the cheeky shots and the not cheeky shots. Okay, we got it. Cool. Goodness. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. You know, who could use more cheek in this day and age? Exactly, I'm all for it.
Christmas treat, everyone.
Oh my God, Chris, stop. And also you can get those prints before Christmas time. Order now. Go ahead. But again, thank you guys so much, everyone in chat, for joining us.
Go ahead. We're actually doing that signing, just so people know, on January the 8th. I think at 11 a.m. we'll make an announcement. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The thinking was if people want to do that before Christmas, then but we won't be able to do them before Christmas, just so to manage expectations. But we'll be doing them right after Christmas, and then it'll be out there.
Tom, you're right on the money too. No, please. We're co-hosting. Tom, we're co-hosting with you and Luke. I got this. Listen. But yeah, Tom's absolutely right. If you guys want to get those orders in before Christmas, they will make it to you. The signing will be on January, and you're going to see much more of Tom and Luke in the future. Again, thank you guys so much for letting me host you. You've been amazing. I love the energy here. Y'all are so sweet. I can only do like a half part right now, but you feel it. You feel it. There you go. Everyone in chat, you guys are amazing. Enjoy your Tuesday night, and we will see you later on Streamily.com. Adieu, everyone.